세러데이 쇼다운 T1 대 젠지 또 너냐?
To cook in the past. We'll
He's
see
quite a chef.
Yeah, but his thresh has always been absolutely amazing. Can now keep Gumyushi pretty safe if he does decide to go with it. 9 seconds though. Carrier still having a think about exactly what he wants to do. Renata going to come in. Crocodile now for Doran. Very happy to go towards it. Bit of a Shurima battle there towards the top side of the map. Xante versus Renekton. In this particular game, especially on Faker's most iconic champion. We'll see whether he can. So we jump onto the rift for game one of our Saturday Showdown. Some of the best moments in LoL esports history. Peanut going to be starting on his top side here, fully seen, as that ward did go over. Doran and Zeus just fighting this one out. And yeah, I completely agree. I think more on the team fighting side, and Renekton notoriously going to fall off a little bit more. Zeus always has the ability to take someone out of a fight. That could certainly be an opportunity here. His Own's going to come down towards his bottom side, try and get a shove in. Look for a potential dive, but they've ran out of minions. And Handshake comes through. All right, Delight's battle dancing around. There's the grand entrance, though. And Ona's taking so much damage. He does have the bailout, but it doesn't work. Delight is going to survive, and Gen G underneath the turret. They have no health.
Pace.
But T1 aren't going to go for it.
He doesn't even have to flash here. POG
Whoa,
is also down to the minions.
They turn on him.
Oh, Atlas, this is not the start you're looking for. If you're
But it almost was.
It almost was, but even with bailout, you don't want to be trying to hard force on a recon like that as Doran. Also, it's level 6.
But still doesn't really work out. As we're going to see what happened in the mid lane, and this looked so close for Poby.
Yeah, see what happens here. Gets hit by the Q. Flash is good. Pobia hits the turret, or he gets hit by turret, and the minions are aggroed to him. The ranged minion will kill him. Do this again. He does not have level 6. Okay, just hit it. He just hit it, so there's an opportunity. He doesn't have flash, but he could try to go for a kick play here.
Yeah. Oh dear, there's the Hex Flash. The grand entrance comes forward. Delight immediately battle dancing away. The flash has to be used from the Blade Caller, but man!
Would have liked to get the eye as well. You're going to pick up some money, but now, I mean, Pays is starting to threaten this turret here. Look at the zoning from Delight, who also now has level 6. Pays can all in with a follow-up ult if Keria is alone here, so they have to wait for Guma, so that's a free plate. And now there's so many places where you can actually feel good to drop the Herald.
Oh, okay, Keria finds the handshake onto Pays, who does Cathian rain down. Delight now looking for a little bit of cease and desist himself, telling Gumyushi to stop, and he is going to agree for now. Oh yeah. As Chovy, there's the Pop Blossom, he finds the LeBlanc, and poor Poby just gonna be punched by Peanut.
He's really mounting, and watch this again. Peanut's so far up here that it's really easy for Chovy, even at this stage, to commit the ultimate. Distortion isn't going to be enough to get him away. Follow up, Peanut, he presses R. It doesn't get much more elementary than this. But
as the Void Seeker going to fly forward, Pays can always turn up as Peanut in position in the back of the pit. There's the flash, the Pop Blossom, and Gumyushi has to use everything to try and escape. But the grand entrance was too good from Delight, and no amount of bailing out will afford you an escape in this one. Gen G just wiped the floor with...
As we're going to see potential long con collapse play here. Peanut's all the way over here. Chovy.
Yeah, Chovy just going to get out of there. There's a Pop Blossom, try and keep himself alive, but he may just... The kick comes through, and Chovy's not going to fall. The grand entrance comes down yet again, and Poby's now looking for it. Chovy's even able to pick up the kill. Oh dear.
Of where Gen G was and how turnable that was, as Guma's not safe either.
No, Vault Breaker going to come forward here, as he does now have the ultimate available. Vault Breaker comes in, and Peanut says, all right, I guess I'll go out.
He does so much damage. The Cassante is not going to last, and that's why I said this front to back doesn't really work for Guma.
Handbag situation, perhaps, as there are a lot of T1 members down here. Ona looking for it. Doesn't actually find Doran with anything. They just want to grab this turret if they can.
Now they're stuck down here.
Yeah, they're closing in. Killer Instinct from Pays could get him over here as the handshake down onto Doran, but he flashes forward. Gumyushi, he has to cleanse. Chovy doesn't find the Zaya, but he does have a stopwatch, and in goes Peanut. He finds the flash Vault Breaker. Knockups are everywhere because Delight's turned up as well, and Gen G once again just destroy T1 in the bottom lane.
Hard commit to killing the Renekton. He just dashes away. Doesn't even have to flash. He has the flash for the re-engage. But you know what? Not to put salt into the wounds, but this looks like something that would happen with T1 in a lead like this, where Faker looks vulnerable. Like, we got to catch this guy, and then the rest of T1 shows up. It's Gen G this time, and Peanut, man, he wants to solo kill the LeBlanc.
Oh, the cease and desist comes through, and there it is. the finisher with the Vault Breaker.
Which is why they've been able to make those two topside plays so successful. Keria is a Renata?
He is wandering in the top lane for some reason.
He is Renata Glass. That's what he's playing here. I don't think his chances of survival are high.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Good. Let's just go to the top. This part of the top lane instead. As well, he's wasting Doran's time. He has the handshake.
Doran can
TP out
of course.
Turret. He's going to bail himself out, and he will die.
I mean, he knows. You can see his player cam as well. He's just like, well, flank wards, but for Baron, I don't know.
Oh, Delight goes in. That's a nice little double knock up there as he does get some charms. Pays. That's a tank. You're not allowed to do that much damage to Zeus. It's just not fair. It's not how it's supposed to go. Stave these ones off. Pays is very, very big. 3 items now complete. As Peanut has found 2 people. Poby just going to get engaged on the Void Seeker. Doesn't quite work out, but still the CC is going to be there. The Renata once again falls down. The LeBlanc down as well. And I think this one's all over but the Cryon as Gen G just crushing T1 at every single instance. 18-1 is the kill score here. Zeus goes all out, but I think he's all out of options to be perfectly honest. And Chovy is just getting work done here in this mid lane. They will get another ace, and Gen G will now break open the base and head towards the Nexus.
Just clean play from Gen G here, and T1, they really heavily indexed on making plays on the bottom side, backfired, and then Owner, man, he tried his best to find any sort of angle, and you see him on cam as well here as Keria's going to go down. He's just having a bit of a reality check, you know, in this one. Like, this is not the T1 roster that went undefeated. This is not the T1 roster that went to the finals back-to-back against Gen G.
It looks like genius, and that is a difficult thing to do. Chovy going to be topping the damage here. It's not often that we see that. Pays is often the guy that's doing so. But this Nico, once again, I don't think Chovy should be allowed to play it.
As GP.
That would be an optimistic pick into a Jax, I'd imagine.
Especially with Kha'Zix on the field, because now Kha'Zix could play around topside and then just counter jungle Owner significantly, especially in those early levels.
True. I do think that Gangplank, if played extraordinarily well, can win every matchup ever because Trial by Fire is broken. But Nah is going to be the lock-in here instead. Zeus going back to absolute comfort here. Does snowball extraordinarily well, though. Let's see whether they will as we jump onto the Rift for Game 2. But now it is certainly starting to feel like that has become less the case, at least in these moments at this stage. Yeah. Chovy in this mid lane, and we can talk about how these compositions do work. Of course, pretty short range on both sides. What happens when we dip back to the Xayah Kai'Sa meta? The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to come to fruition here, but I think it's the greatest test of the 4 drafts we've seen from T1 so far. This is by far the hardest to win with. And, I mean, they are really brave to pull it out here on red side.
I would agree. Last time we saw Zeus on this Nara, I believe, was in the Nongshim series. And it was after we saw Nongshim win the game where they got the Neela for Jiwoo and we're like, wow, Nongshim, they're super good. And then Zeus actually just picked up T1 and put him on his back. As Peanut, he has isolated Owner, or has Owner isolated Peanut. It looks like the Vi is going to win out on that trade.
Yeah, will win out. His red buffs fade away. Owner coming here to mid. Chovy's way up, but has a stun prep.
Yeah, and not going to be able to flash the Vault Breaker. There is an army of minions, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough, as he's now looking to try and escape. Doesn't have flash, and does have the Molten Shield, but there will be another Vault Breaker, and there is going to be a dead Annie. That is going to be first blood going over to Owner. As Owner comes over here, we'll be able to pull the Bramble back out of the pit.
Yeah, Peanut's just looking for the smite fight here and does have the escape, of course. He's a level up and did take first strike, so just picking some gold up.
Good vision here available as well, as Owner will be able to secure his red buff. Peanut still looking for a little bit more, but only will find a Q. Therefore, nothing too much. Zeus going to crush on top of Doran.
And one thing that you could definitely say about Peanut is he absolutely understands pressure so incredibly well. Every time a lane has an advantage, he is going to be there. He's going to be making an impact.
Oh dear, Owner is going to be discovered. Vault Breaker immediately, though, has the passive for the shield as Doran's just going to walk past to support his jungler. There's a counter-strike. They get the small stun onto Zeus, but he's going to land some boomerangs. Gen.G gonna have to get out of here.
But it doesn't mean that Azir isn't going to be as relevant as he normally is on these first few team fights. Oh boy.
All right, Doran. He isn't going to have a leap strike for the next little while as Ona takes a fair bit of damage. There is a Kha'Zix waiting in the wings,
Yeah,
but...
trying to bait this so hard.
Yeah, Chovy drops a bear, and there is Peanut. They will be able to secure it. Emperor's Divide does come out as Carrier looks to try and escape from this one as well. Pretty strong there, but as he gets to Mini, it is a little bit dangerous as Peanut just doesn't know that there are two people here. The hook is going to come down and carry a bit of a drive-by, as you can see.
They don't know he's going to be on this red buff, and I think that this is just great prediction from T1. Peanut's going to make a play for it again, and he protects. Zeus does have his Narbar.
Yep, that's a flash forward from Doran. The bear comes down, and you can't even get Mega Gnar.
Yeah, I didn't have his ult either. It's just now coming back off of cooldown, and it's just too clean here from Gen.G. He tried his best, but now he's down a flash.
As he's 100% of T1's advantage, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right, Emperor's Divide is going to find Chovy. Vault Breaker doesn't, though. Still, he's dead. He's really dead. Cease and Desist going to come through, and POG going to help lock this one down. That is going to be his first kill of the game.
Not going to be in a mad movie, but you'll take it.
Oh, absolutely.
You'll take it. It wasn't that clean, but it's good enough to get the kill as Chovy is flashless from the play top side, and POG...
He's getting aggressive as Grand Entrance towards Carrier. There's a Vault Breaker that's going to bring... Oh, no, he misses and he has to flash, but they still will get in there, but Battle Dance is going to get Delight out. Oh, no. A little bit of a misplay there from Ona is going to cost him.
And I think we could say Doran, he is back in form here this week.
Oh, absolutely.
This is the double flash committed here. Zeus does not have the ability to pull out the Mega, unfortunately.
In the meantime, Ona is back. The hook is going to connect onto Chovy as well, and Carrier says, you are once again food for the buy. Fine, though, and you can see that T1 are still neck and neck when it comes to gold. This game is extraordinarily even. I think when these turrets start to fall, that's when Gen.G generally makes all of their advantages happen as Bear comes down towards the bottom side. POG going to get stunned up eventually as we've got Zeus falling very low as well. Quickness comes through as Chovy's underneath the turret. Tibbers is going to get mad. POG is going to escape, but Ona, is he going to be able to make it out? The answer is yes, and now Doran is chasing after Zeus, and he will survive as well. An advantage for T1 as Peanut's moving towards this bottom lane. He will be able to at least see the Vi, but this dive will be tough. Make sure that Tibbers is not a scary bear, it's just a teddy bear.
And not only that, but Peanut, like you said, he's a bug to be squashed if he encounters Owner. You can see he's actually struggling to even secure his red buff right now.
Vault Breaker is going to miss, though, as there's the Grand Entrance. Carrier finds a hook, but pays. He will get knocked up, but now he can free hit, and Carrier is most definitely dead. That is going to be Doran diving in and stealing away the kill.
It's definitely very interesting there as... Doran's not going to mess around with it, with the Gnar on top of him like that.
Delight gets the double knock-up. Chovy wants to throw a bear down. He does do so, but the cease and desist comes in. Delight trying to get away. He is going to be able to do so as Tibbers just getting aggressive. That's 50 gold going over to T1. Pace sidesteps the hook.
Where they need to be focused on 90 seconds before they were not.
Oh, no.
POG, oh boy.
Yeah, POG is going to have his crown broken. There is the Emperor's Divide, but Doran is going to avoid it. Shifts the sands, though, and POG's out of there. To T1 being able to further what advantages they did have earlier in the game as Emperor's Divide is up again, and Doran is going to have to go golden. I don't know whether there's a lot of answers, but he is going to flash Leap Strike, and he's fine. Never you mind. And now Peanut is going to turn up. There's the flash Tibbers, and the pigeon is squashed. Zeus is now fighting a bear, looking for an opportunity. The Void Seeker is not going to allow Gumayusi to come over. And Gen.G finding even more. Zeus is just going to frustratedly gnaw away Tibbers and doesn't even get the 50G.
He has stopwatch, he breaks it, and then the turn is great as Owner.
Yep.
This is not a buff that you could take.
No, it is not. Another Leap Strike does come through, though. Counter-Strike going to stun up the Vi. Does he have another? No, he doesn't.
Oh.
And Doran is going to pick it up. This Jax is just too big.
Those is Counter-Strikes on cooldown here, but where's the engage? POG doesn't have ult.
Yeah, Delight just running for Gumayusi. Immediately cleanses to get himself out of the way. Carrier trying to deal with Peanut, but now he's by himself, and Gen.G will be able to lock him down. It's been a quiet game for Paze, but he grabs himself a kill here, and Gen.G now to back off towards this river. They'll clear out all the vision and look to start a Baron. Delight just Grand Entrance to get out of the way of the Void Seeker.
And this is Baron for this Jax, for this insane 4-1 composition. T1, they're just not willing to give, but there's nothing they can do. No Narbar.
Yeah, Grand Entrance going to come through. That is going to be a Mega Gnar. So Zeus does get a little bit of a crush out, but that is still a dead Gnar, a dead Baron, and Gen.G with a huge advantage now.
Yeah, I mean, so massive here. And this is the kind of plays, I said it before, that you see oftentimes from T1 side lane where everything is committed to kill somebody, and then stopwatch comes out, TP from Chovy, Peanut is here, and what looks like a one-man pushing too far is actually 3 Gen G players picking up 2 kills. Well, nearly 2 kills. Of course, Zeus will escape here, but watch this play here onto the Vi from Doran, who's 3 levels up. He's asking where Nautilus is.
Yeah.
He's like, guess I'm just going to go for this.
뭐야 이거?
What's he doing?
And it's like, as the game moves towards a little bit more of that topside meta that we've seen starting to develop, as I'm going to have to hold that thought, in goes Carrier, looks for an opportunity. Delight taking a lot of damage, and that is going to be POG collecting that kill. It's a 1-for-1, which is kind of all right here for T1 at this circumstance, but it's not anymore. That's a double kill for Pays as he flashes in, picks up the triple here. Gumayushi now after him. It's Zeus that locks down the kill, but they still will all die. And Gen G, yes, they lose their AD carry. It was an overly aggressive play because Pays has been a bit subdued this game, but the game is still over, Wolf.
It's still over. They've got a minion wave here. They've got Baron buff for 30 seconds, and Doran, he can 2-hit these turrets, it feels like at this point. I'm being a bit facetious, but he's just so big.
Yeah.
And T1, the expected loss tonight here to Gen G without Faker. Is just not the same team.
And this game for the Saturday Showdown, Doran especially, man, I am so proud of this guy. He just, it doesn't matter like how many bad games he always has these games to come back to.
Yeah,
exactly. He doesn't get into his own head as much as he used to. It's just fantastic.
Thank you guys. This is Dear for the POG Interview translation. We are here joined by Chovy and Doran on the side of Gen G. Congratulations! Chovy, you won against T1 and you're already at 3rd place with 600 POG points. So how do you feel? Upon victory and getting POG, I'm really happy. And Doran, how do you feel?
많이 받는 매치였는데 이렇게 깔끔한
Feel like, yeah, there was a lot of attention for this match today. And I'm really happy that we were able to get a clean victory today. Doran, and between 2 teams that met in the past 3 consecutive finals, I'm sure you had no intention to back off. So what was the main focus when preparing for today's match? I feel like I was pressured a lot in laning phase, so I made sure that I prepare well during my laning phase. And Chovy, in Game 1 you locked Nico in, and the result of this summer's Nico versus LeBlanc matchup is 5-1. You seem to find your root angles really well. So what are your thoughts on the Nico-LeBlanc matchup? I feel like as time passes, LeBlanc scales better? And it really depends on the comps for each team. Instead of saying that one champion is better than the other, there's really no way to decide which champion has a bigger advantage. And at 17 minutes, you had a big win at the Drake team fight. So let's take a look at the replay. And Nico landed a huge pop blossom here. Do you remember this part? Yeah, I sent my clone. And I felt like, you know, if I actually went in at this point, that I would be able to land my big ult. And Doran, let's move on to Game 2. The enemy Vi got pretty big, but all of a sudden it felt like Doran's Strax had a huge power spike. So how do you think that was possible? You know, mid Annie roamed really well. Yeah, since Annie took TP and helped out. Seems like you're giving a lot of credit to Chobi. And Doran's Jax has an undefeated 6-0 record in summer with a total of LCK record of 9 wins and 2 losses. So has Jax been a good pick for you this meta? I feel like whenever I do pick Jax, everything goes really well, and I think my practice has really paid off. And Chobi, in the last interview, you mentioned that you are hungry for kills. And although you got your solo kill in game 1, ultimately you got less kills than Rakan. And we heard you shout, "This is my kill" in mic check, but you got it stolen by Pace. So maybe your teammates are the reason you can't get your kills? You know, I feel like I can consider myself as a support now at this point.
그래도 오늘 초비 선수의 화려한 플레이가 아주 돋보이지 않았나 싶습니다. 자, 그리고 또 오늘 젠지 감독님의
And today, it says, "I'm hungry, I want some kills." We'll look forward to your kills next matches. And it happens to be Score, your head coach Score's birthday today, so would you like to send him a birthday message? Happy birthday, Score. We already told him happy birthday in the dugout, but I'll give you my present later.
감독님 생일
And Doran?
축하드리고요. 좀 집에 가서 좋은
Happy
시간
birthday.
보내셨으면 좋겠습니다.
I hope you have a good day for the rest of your day today after you get off from work. And next week, you will play DRX and Nongshim. And Chobi, in the past you said, "I want to stay strong for a long time and be consistent, and instead of a fancy goal, I want to spend each week by winning 2 matches at a time." I feel like as long as we keep playing the way we are, we'll be able to keep up our momentum.
자, 이어서 도란 선수입니다. 오늘도 도란 선수의
And
초대로
Doran.
쇼트트랙 김아랑 선수가 또 와주셨다고 들었는데요.
So we heard that you invited the short track athlete here.
또 다음 경기 각오 한 말씀 부탁드리고
And you've been winking at the camera as a part of your ceremony lately, so please share your resolution with the fans and give us a wink.
와주셔서 응원해 주셔서 이렇게 좋은 경기력
With the support of these famous short track athletes, we were able to win today. And for the rest of our 8 matches, I'll make sure that we do well.
네, 감사합니다. 자, 오늘의 승리 진심으로 축하드립니다.
And this will be the end of the interview with Chobi and Doran, and back to the space.